That's my report.
As you probably recall, a few months back, we had found a breaker that was out of tolerance, the resistance test on the bushing. Actually, the arcing horn, the contact points, was out of tolerance, and we proceeded to go ahead and take that breaker out of service, replace it with one we had in stock as our backup, and pulled it out of service and put it on the dock and made arrangements for Siemens to come, one of their technicians to come and work through that breaker, work it over and replace the parts and stuff. And so, next couple of slides is, this first one is each one of those bushings. As you can see, the two back here, these two right here, doesn't have this portion on it. It's a contact portion. This ring right here, this locking clip ring here, had come out of its groove and wasn't holding it tight as it should. It hadn't totally ejected itself out of the groove, but it was twisted and kind of cocked it away that it wasn't making good contact. So the resistance wasn't there when we did the resistance test. So that was part of the repair. We went through all of them to make sure the contacts looked good, everything was good. This contact, or excuse me, that axle contact is up here. The push rod mechanism goes here and the other bushing comes up. And right in here is where the arcing horn is. And that really wasn't, it's part of the mechanism. I don't know how to get too detailed on it, but at that point, the contacts weren't tight enough, and that's where the resistance occurred. And we were lucky that we actually kind of found it in time that we didn't get any heating, we didn't see any brown or bluing marks on the contacts. And this is part of that internal mechanism. Right up here is where it actually mates up in the bushing. That's where the actual contact's made, and that's where the arc is broke. It has that SF6 gas in there, and this portion right here goes up into this tube, and then goes up right in here, and it all makes up right here. And so power comes in through this bushing and out that one, and so all the hot spots right in the middle. Well, we were able to fix that, look everything over, recondition anything we needed to do, motor or pump or whatever it was for the air, and test. It tested well, so we're able to put that back in stock and be able to have a spare ready to go in case we have a different, or that problem or another problem. Also in operations, the transformer analysis reports are back. We took the samples last month. We got the reports back. We're reviewing them now. We have a few questions we just want to basically clarify with the oil sample company or the testing company to make sure that we're not misreading that we might have a problem or not. It has to do with insulation, and some of those, just better to ask the guys that do it all the time. Also, Richard mentioned about the Glendale area outage we had. We're looking into some cover-up, avian protection cover-up for that substation. It's a lattice type work with a string plus. It's really a tight configuration, so it's easier for the birds to be able to touch grounds if they land on the wire or be on the lattice work and touch a hot light thing. So we're looking at doing some cover-up there. We have another substation in Mesquite. It's the Old Bay. It's a similar type lattice work. It's and string. It's a little more open than Glendale, but we just want to review that too while we're doing it and look at it. We need to maybe put something there too to avoid any potential future problem at that point. October 4th, we had a pretty busy couple of weeks, I guess. We had crew going to Falcon Sub. We'd already put in a tool trailer that we moved around to the different sites. We moved that in there this week, that week into our substation, and had our tools in there. It was locked up. But on the way that morning, one of the crew guys saw some guys up the road from him would have transformer open. And you might have read maybe the report this in the paper already, but just kind of in general. He saw them, called back to another crew member in another truck and called the police, and so they went ahead and called the police, gave them the identification of what they looked like, and at that time, the truck was coming up the road. They seen one of the guys. He was leaving the scene on a bike and recognized the description, and so they kind of followed him. The police then came, and we were able to catch both of them. That trailer, at that time, we wasn't sure what all taken place, but they had opened up another transformer and pulled the bayonet fuses out of the transformer, thus killing the secondary side of it. And they installed some main breakers, 1600 amp breakers, and I don't have a count on how many 200 amp breakers they had taken off that one building. And they were in the process of the other building, also getting ready to de-energize that one. And after a little more investigation, we found that they'd been in our substation, cut the lock off the tool trailer, stole some tools and parts and stuff, about $3,000 worth. And after the police, they caught the two guys, and they found the pickup, and they was able to recover that at that time. So that was real positive. It's kind of a good thing our crew was aware, and they did the right thing, the right procedures to get the police involved right away, and was able to take care of it. Broad daylight, like 8:30 in the morning. But anyway, that's on further investigation and procedures. Engineering department, we had changed out the 130, we identified the 138 pole up here on the hill by the old cement plant. It's been changed out. Matter of fact, it was just today completed. I think Rich will report on that next time we meet on how that went. Also, we're in the process of reviewing our WEC compliances. Probably take us, we can get in a few hours here and day, or half a day doing that, and it'll probably take us a good portion of the next month and a half to get all make sure that we're compliant and everything's in order for that. The metering department, I mentioned to you that we ordered high voltage testing equipment. That has arrived now. We've set up the training for it. We'll occur here at the end of the month, and we'll implement that program and getting all the high voltage metering tested. Pretty much at this time, that's about all I have. If you have any questions on any of these parts, willing to address them.
Okay, thanks, John.